Okay, let's get it. Give it a minute or two. Drink my tea. Okay, so gonna give it like 2 more minutes because I said I was gonna start at 6, so still have a little bit of time. But welcome, people. We're playing our second playthrough of Otogirisou because we didn't get the we got a ending. I mean, it was a ending. It was very Scooby Doo at the end, but we're gonna try some different choices this time around, and hopefully we get a different ending. I did a little research because I could, and so there's 3 endings I think total, 3 or 4. So there's one if you pick all the pervy choices. So I think I might save that for a different playthrough, but I think I have a good idea about what we gotta pick this time around in order to not get the neutral end, I guess, if you want to call it a neutral ending. I'd say it was just kind of unsatisfactory. But yeah, we're gonna do our second playthrough, and we're gonna do the playthrough all in one go like we did last time. Oh, it even does do our ooh. Okay, I didn't know there were saved pages. I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, I could have saved? Damn. Okay, well, I guess this is interesting. I didn't know that it had saves. That was kind of, did not know that. That's good to know. I mean, I thought it was all in one go. Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, what are the controls for this again? Input configuration. Okay, it's V. Start. Where continue? Okay. I guess it just auto puts me at the start. Okay. That summer evening, I've been driving down this narrow and winding mountain road with clouds looming in the sky above. Both sides of the roads were lined by a thicket of trees, so the scenery wasn't exactly great. Nami sat next to me, not saying anything at all. Maybe she got tired from playing tennis for so long and she ended up falling asleep. Okay, so we're gonna do the wake up option because I remember we did I didn't finish saying her name one last time. Wake up, Nami. I shook her shoulder. Oh my. What? What is it? What are you acting so groggy for, huh? She yawned. Where are we now, Sachu? Just about at the top of the mountain. Really? We've only gone that far? Oh. Hey, look. They have flowers like that here, huh? Nami said as she looked out at the scenery. Yellow flowers lined both sides of the road. Oh, those. They go by a few names: Hypercilium, St. John's wort, or Otogirisou. The letters used to write Otogirisou mean the brother cut flowers. Oh, what a creepy name. There's a sort of legend about them. Oh, I'm all ears. And at that time, I thought I might scare Nami a little. I feared I could use the opportunity to embellish the story. So we did embellish the story last time. So we're gonna do the scary bit. I thought I might scare Nami a little. If you shine a light through those elliptical leaves, you can see a bunch of black spots on them. Those are the blood of a young man who was cut down by his older brother after some bad blood between them. The spots are the younger brother's blood? It was back in the Heian era, somewhere between the years 794 and 1185. There were two brothers. They were falconers. They passed down a secret medicine in their family for generations. It was used to treat falcons' wounds, but the secret got out. The younger brother had told his girlfriend, and the older brother was furious. Nami held her breath, knowing what was coming. Okay, so that's interesting. It just kind of skips to the actual mid of the story. Okay. Interesting. Okay. He took a katana and lopped off his brother's head. What? Nami flinched. The spray of blood hit the leaves, and after that they called the hypercilium flowers Otogirisou, the brother-cut flowers. That really happened? Struck by the falling rain, the hyperciliums bobbed up and down. It looked like they were nodding yes. What a sad story. I can't believe he'd kill his own brother like that. Saw the tears had come to her eyes. Nami, an only child, was easily moved to tears by that story that was remotely emotional. Okay, so it's saying she's an only child early on now. So that's more of a hint. I get why you wouldn't think about that until you've done it the first time. Okay. I began to wonder if I had taken it a little too far. I thought to change the subject. I'm so hungry. Okay, let's do that, because I think we did try to change the subject last. We did begin to wonder if took it too far last time. So we'll do that. I thought I changed the subject. I'm so hungry, Nami. Hey, more importantly, are we heading the right way? I feel like this place looks really different compared to before. Now that you mentioned it, it did look different. I think we're going the right way. Now that you mention it, it's weird that there's supposed to be a shortcut. Hey, I'm not the one who made this road, so don't ask me. So we did the shortcut last time. Let's do hey, I'm not the one who made the road. Hey, I'm not the one who made this road, so don't ask me. What's with you? You're not gonna take any responsibility for getting lost, are you? What? You're gonna tell me that after you made me drive all this way while all you did was sleep? Fine. Pull over then. I'm getting out. Okay, be my guest. Get out of the car now. I will. Look out! It happened so suddenly. A car just came out of nowhere. The mountain road was small and there wasn't enough room for two cars on it. Ah! Sachu! I stepped on the brakes as hard as I could, but my feet felt no resistance. It was like stepping on air. There was no response. Oh shit. The brakes don't work. Ah! We're gonna crash. Then I veered off into the darkness. I turned the car to drive it into the grass. I tried bumping into the trees. Okay, so we tried the trees last time. I'm gonna do I turned the car to drive into the grass. For a second, I saw a woman right in front of me. I just hit someone. Yes! Boo! Oh, God. We hit... Oh, no, that's not good. Not good. Kind of spook. In a panic, I jumped out and checked the area in the front of the car. Okay, so it's not as spooky. Okay. I looked over, but all I could see were the fields of hypercilium. I couldn't find anyone around. What's going on here? What happened? Nami got out of the car, too. There was a woman standing right there. You saw her, too, right, Nami? No, I didn't see anybody. Are you sure you weren't imagining it? No way. I'm sure she was there. She was wearing white clothes and it seemed like she was spacing out. She kind of looked like you, actually, Nami. Oh, now we're getting this. Oh, this makes more sense on the second playthrough. Oh, I see what they did. Don't say that. You make it sound like I seem creepy. Nami forced a smile. More importantly, why didn't the brakes work? Right. I I still, I was still too curious about that woman, so I got out of the car. I figured the girl I'd just seen might have been a ghost. So, let's do that. I was still too curious about that woman, so I got out of the car and I squatted down in front of the car to get a clear view. And at that very moment, watch out, Sachu. Nami screamed as she shoved me aside. The lightning split the tree in half, which fell and crushed my car like it had been made out of paper. We're okay. You're not hurt, are you, Nami? I'm fine. I would have been flat as a pancake right now if you hadn't pushed me away, Nami. I was able to get a bag with a change of clothes for the both of us out of the trunk and an emergency flashlight. The car is in bad shape now, yeah? I'm just grateful we made it out in one piece. I really meant it. First things first. We need to find some shelter from this rain. I patted my good old car, which had just been reduced to scrap metal. Still, I do feel bad for the poor car. Which way should we go, then? Look, isn't there a path there? I turned on the flashlight and started walking down the path. Nami grabbed my arm. Walking side by side, I could feel the warmth of Nami's body. Well, every cloud has a silver lining, right? I prayed I could enjoy this moment a little longer. And then I turned back to face the direction we came from. I stopped and looked down at my feet, trying not to be rude. I put my arm around Nami's waist. These are okay, so these are kind of completely different from the last choices. Okay, so let's do. I turned back to face the direction we came from. Turn back to face the direction we'd come from, huh? What happened? It's like the car's sick or something. No way. Nami's expression became stiff. It's sinking. My car looked like it had started sinking into the flowers. The hyperciliums. They're eating the car. We need to hurry. I got the feeling we'll get eaten too if we don't hurry out of here. Nami and I started jogging away. Okay, so this is a new scene. This is new. Okay. Interesting. 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 There's light. I could see some light poking faintly through the trees. Relieved, Nami laughed. We both broke into a run. And then I gripped Nami's hand firmly so she wouldn't fall, keeping an eye on the surroundings. I ran in front of Nami, making sure my well-styled hair hadn't fallen out of place. I kept running. Okay. I kind of want to go with C just because it's stupid, but let's do some hand-holding. Hand-holding seems good. I gripped Nami's hand firmly so she wouldn't fall. Once we came out of the forest, the view suddenly opened up. Spooks. It's a mansion. Wow. Wow. It's huge. It was a big old mansion built with brick walls and had been constructed in the Western style. A glittering iron gate was set in front of the huge garden. Seems like the sort of place you'd find in a ghost story. Yeah, we're Scooby-Dooing now. We're Scooby-Dooing the gang. The lights are on, though. Let's go inside. Nami seemed eager to go inside where we'd be safer. Yeah, we should hurry. I agreed with her. There were more hyperciliums here than I could see. They should call this place the Hypercilium Manor. Hey! Nami spoke softly. The flowers are calling out to us. Huh? Oh, blood, huh? I just saw blood. I don't think we should go inside. What are you talking about? What did you think will happen to us if another tree gets struck by lightning? Do we have to go inside? Let's go. I'm always lucky so long as I set off on the right foot. I boldly proclaimed. I hate the fact that my pulse was pounding. I'm feeling lucky. I teased her. Don't you just love haunted houses? Let's test it. Okay. I kind of like C because it's like playful. It should be a good test of our courage. Let's go. Your voice is trembling, Sachu. I was just adding a little vibrato to it. We don't have to do it if you don't want to. Let's turn back. That's exactly what I wanted to do, but I didn't want her to think of me as less of a man. We're gonna run it. Now shut up and follow. I can't say this seriously. This is Scooby-Doo shit. My voice trembled again. We ran. Nami ran like a wild goat, falling about 5 meters behind me, which is about 15 feet by the time I reached the front gate. Why do you need to have this description about flailing like a wild goat? That's kind of... it's silly, but, like... I think that's a silly descriptor. A very silly descriptor. Okay. Let's go inside. And then... I thought I'd enter without any hesitation so Nami wouldn't be scared. I felt lost about whether or not we should actually go inside. I had a bad feeling about what might happen, but I was also afraid of the lightning. We're gonna be brave. I thought I'd enter without any hesitation so Nami wouldn't be scared. I easily pushed open the heavy doors of the gate, which gleamed back black wet from the rain. They put up no resistance. Okay, so, like... The doors didn't open for us on the first run through. We had to break through the door. Which makes me think that I'm on the right path this time. Excuse us, we're coming inside. We politely bowed before taking the first step beyond the gates. The whole garden was filled with hyperciliums in bloom. All they're growing are hypercilium. All they're growing are hypercilium. At that moment, something raced by. Oh, it's a cat. Oh, a cat? Man, it scared me. It's a black cat. The black cat turned back to face us. Its body began to swell with light, and it turned green. No, a green cat? The green cat quickly left, heading through the many hypercilium in the field. Sachu. Without delay, I said, our eyes must be tired. It must be a trick of the light. Whoever painted that cat is a horrible person. I think it's a trick of the light. It must be a trick of the light. The wind grew strong. It sent a wave through the countless yellow flowers. The wave moved from the gate to the mansion. I could almost feel the mansion shake from the impact of the wave, and then it stopped. I stood there in the rain, struck by the thought that I had just witnessed something sinister and dark. Hey! Nami put her hand up to her ear. Do you hear that? Something's rustling. Huh? You mean the wind blowing through the leaves? Not that. Something else. Suddenly, a speckled snake slithered out from the tall grass. I could see its fangs glistening in its open mouth. You hear it, right? That sound. What are you talking about? Look! It's a snake! I'm sorry, this is really, like, over-dramatic for no reason again. A snake? I took Nami by the hand and ran towards the mansion in a panic. Hey, wasn't that a rattlesnake? What's it doing in a place like this? Nami shouted as we ran. How should I know? Why don't you ask the snake yourself? It's poisonous. If I tried talking to it, it'd bite me for sure. Oh, hi! So far we've gotten a little some new scenes. We've got a few new scenes. It's mostly the same story beats. I mean, we did get, like, 2 new scenes, I feel. But it's, like, pretty much they're going into the mansion again, so it's still kind of the same. We screamed back and forth at each other as we sprinted as hard as we could. We ran up the stone steps to the entrance, and when we turned back, we saw the snake slithering towards us over the brick-lined path. Okay, I feel like the snake is more dramatic this time around. Like, last time I just kind of like, eh. Now it's like very viciously adamant about biting you. A little weird. I don't think a snake would be aggravated enough to do that. Like, I feel like once you're starting to get away from it, it's not going to go after you. This is an unrealistic depiction of a snake. Unrealistic. I grabbed the door's handle. The door was locked, and it wouldn't even budge. Excuse me. Could you open the door, please? Please. There didn't seem to be any response from the inside of the mansion. Sachu, it's coming. It's coming closer. Snake? Snake! Nami shrieked. I decided to break the window on the right side of the entrance. I slammed my body against the door as hard as we could. Okay, so we did the window last time. So I'm gonna do slam. I put all of my power into my right shoulder and slammed into the door as hard as I could. It's a good thing the door was so old. After 2 or 3 hits, the lock broke and the momentum sent me flying straight through the entrance. That takes care of that. Oh, you're bleeding. Nami grabbed my hand. My left hand had been scratched, and it was bleeding. Oh, it'll be fine. It's just a scratch. It's just a flesh wound. I sucked at the wound. Don't do that. You'll need to get it properly treated. Nami took out a handkerchief from her pocket and wrapped it around my hand. It smelled faintly of roses. This is all I can do for you now, but I'll tend to it later. Okay, so this scene is the same. Which is strange because the injury is the same, but it said it was you were slamming with your shoulder, so how did the hand get hurt? That's kind of weird, but I guess they didn't want to branch it out too much. Okay. Interesting. I say drinking my tea. I have a thermos full of tea with me today that I am happy that I made because it's a lot talking today. Okay. Good tea. Okay. Thanks. I felt a bit bashful. But anyway, the lock's useless now, huh? Whoever owns this place will probably give us an earful once they find out. We'll have to apologize to them ahead of time then. I stood up and looked around. It was a spacious entrance. There was a hall with stairs leading up to the second floor and a large chandelier hung from the ceiling. On the left side, there was a large brick fireplace with a cloth-covered sofa set in front of it. Is anyone home? I raised my voice and walked further inside. We've just let ourselves in, Nami also shouted, but nobody replied. Maybe nobody's home? Yeah. Well, whatever. Let's sit down for a while. I'm exhausted. I walked over to the sofa. I saw there was a suit of Western-style armor that had been placed beside the fireplace. Oh, we're doing that Scooby-Doo moment again. We're Scooby-Dooing. It's a Scooby-Doo moment. I'd seen suits of armor on TV and photographs, but this is the first time I'd ever seen one in person. People fighting in the Middle Ages actually wore those things. It occurred to me how heavy it must have been for those people to wear them. Hey, what's up with that? Nami tapped my shoulder. What's up with what? That, there. Nami pointed over to the right side of the entrance hall. A huge aquarium. Okay, so now we know what's in the aquarium from the last playthrough. There wasn't anything particularly unique about the shape of it. It was just an ordinary looking glass aquarium you find anywhere, set in a silver coated frame. The problem was the size. It was abnormally large. You think there's something inside it? I went over to the aquarium. The inside of the glass was covered with mildew and the water was really dirty. Even if something was in there, you wouldn't be able to see what it was. I reached over to the top and tried. Okay. We're gonna. Okay, we're gonna stick the hand. The reflected on a long time ago when we went to an aquarium. That's new. That's a new choice that I kind of want to pick. I kind of want to pick that, even though I know we should stick the hand in. Ooh. I don't know which choice to pick. I feel like we should pick the one that's new, because that's a new choice. Like, it didn't appear on the first playthrough. So, okay, let's do that. I reflected on a time long ago when we went to an aquarium together, and I thought I'd try to kiss her. But as I put my arms around her shoulders, Nami suddenly turned away. Someone was looking at me from the aquarium just now. You can't be serious. I stared at the place where Nami pointed. But I didn't see anything other than a bunch of goop with moss floating on the top. A fish? It's not a fish, dude. No, the eyes I saw were human. Nami had just said something terrifying. We heard something on the second floor. We looked at each other. I knew it. Somebody's here. What should we do? We have to go introduce ourselves. I shouted up to the second floor. Excuse me, is anyone here? There was no reply. Weird. Maybe they just couldn't hear you. I doubt it. They could be hard of hearing. Or they could have trouble speaking. It's possible. Let's go up there for the time being. We started going up the stairs. Oh, my jaw dropped. The suit of armor is gone. Huh? While we were screwing around with the aquarium, the suit of armor disappeared without so much as a sound. Well, anyway, let's go check out the second floor, I said with my voice trembling. Scooby-Doo armor shit. I hate the trope of, like, armor suddenly moving when it's out of view. I think it's overdone. And I think maybe Scooby-Doo, maybe it's just an overplayed plot from Scooby-Doo, but, I don't like it. I think it's kind of not the greatest. Okay, we walked slowly up the stairs. Eek. Nami grabbed hold of my arm. What's the matter? We're being watched. Panicked, I made sure her hair looks fine. In times like this, the guy has to make sure the girl he likes isn't afraid. Terrified, I tried to stop the stand. I like how A and C are, like, not good options. Like, I feel like A is the silly option, and C is, like, yeah, we did that last time. So, I feel like the choices I'm being given now are more geared towards he needs to look good in front of Nami. Which is fine, but also kind of funny. Okay. In times like these, a guy has to make sure the girl he likes isn't afraid. I wouldn't be so sure. I don't particularly feel like we're being watched. Well, you're not exactly the sharpest guy around, Sachu. Okay. Wow, rude. We're trying to help you not feel scared, and this is how you treat us? I don't like this, alright? Nami's treating us terrible this time around. Drink my tea. Okay. I wouldn't say that. I mean, I can feel your love for me now. Oh my god, this is so. I don't know what I did to trigger this part, but it's just like I'm starting to think we made the MC more stupid. Like, this time around we're just kind of like, I don't know what I picked, but I guess it's like, oh, we're treating it more like buddy coupley, which is fine. It's interesting. As a friend of, oh, he got friend zoned. Nami friend zoned us. Oh my god, we got friend zoned. I feel bad. We just got friend zoned. That hurts. I don't think. Maybe don't try and seduce her. I feel like, don't. After going up the stairs, I saw that the hallway veered to both the left and the right. From what I could see, there weren't many doors lining the halls, so it gave me some idea of how big the rooms were. Which one, then? Let's start from here. We started walking over. The doors were all closed, but there was one door at the end that was open, just a crack. I took a peek inside. It was dark. Is anyone in there? There was no reply. Seems like nobody's here. Yeah. You don't have to shut the door on me. I didn't. Surprised, I grabbed the doorknob. I pushed and pulled, but the door wouldn't budge. Did we just get shut in here? Look, a light. As my eyes became accustomed to the darkness, I could see there was a very dim light in the room. Nami gripped my hand. We headed further in. A thick curtain had been drawn shut. The floor stood illuminated. They had 2 tables, but other than that, all I could see was darkness. When I approached the round table, I found a thin book. It's a diary. I reached out to pick up the diary, but then... Wait. Nami pulled my arm away strongly. Something's here. Then I concentrated my eyes and ears on the darkness. I took a deep breath to calm down and looked up at the ceiling. Concentrated my eyes and ears on the darkness. I could hear something. It seemed like something was sneaking through the hallway. Footsteps. Nami's voice sounded shrill and excited. It's gotta be something else. I've never heard footsteps like that before. I stared at the door in the darkness and then... Kingdom Hearts! The door slowly opened. Was something going to pop up through the doorway? Yeah, because it's a Scooby-Doo. We're going to have a jump scare. We're going to have a jump scare. Then we're going to have the music play while we go through each door. I held my breath for what seemed like way too long, but nothing appeared. Ah! Nami screamed out of the blue. I could see inside because of the light in the hallway. When I turned around, I saw a woman next to Nami. Oh, sweeties, I forgot about that jump scare. I felt like all the blood had drained out of my body. Mommy. It was sitting in a wheelchair. It had been too dark to see it up till now. What I thought had been a cloth-covered table was actually the mummy's knees with the diary placed on her lap. First, let's get out of here. I was so worked up that I stumbled over my own legs. That's when I heard footsteps. Run for it, Nami. I practically fell down the stairs. It's still coming after us. And then, my whole field of vision went black. Sachu! The power went out. I couldn't make any hasty moves now. Okay, so this is new, I think. Sachu, we need to get some light in here. Quick. I was sure I brought my flashlight with me. I thought about getting a candle from above the fireplace. I thought she should try to find a light source or stuff. Okay. Why are we getting these rude choices? I don't remember us being this rude in the first playthrough. Okay. We have the flashlight. I was sure I brought my flashlight with me. Did I leave my flashlight somewhere? It's on the sofa. Let's go get it. Just watch your step, okay? We held hands as we moved through the darkness. If the lights were on, we'd look pretty stupid right now, wouldn't we? We probably would, even though I was alone with Nami in the dark. The creepy situation we were in kept me from getting turned on and oh my fucking god. Stop! You were in a Scooby-Doo episode. Just stop. You don't need to be fucking her. You got friend zone. Stop. If anything, it was making me feel frustrated. Yeah, no, duh, dude. We really don't. You got friend zone. Please stop. Nami, let's go to the beach next month. You can wear a bikini. I can't take this seriously. I can't take this fucking seriously. A G-string bikini? Why are you being so dumb? Why are you being so dumb? I can't. Why did we turn up the perv? Why is our perv meter... Why is the perv meter up to 20 now? Come on. You don't understand how a guy feels. There it is. I picked up my flashlight and flipped the switch. Shit. It won't turn on. all sorts of weird stuff's been happening ever since we came to this mansion. This is why you gotta have like a flashlight that also has like the hand crank part of it, like just in case the batteries die. Like, so I found one of those like in an old box at work recently. They're pretty cool because it's like the battery was still working, but like it also had like there is a little switch where you could turn it to the hand crank, and there was a little lever on it that you would just like. It felt like if you're doing like those like the hand grippy things type of thing to get it to work. It was cool. I mean, I don't know. That thing, it had to have been at least like 5, 6 years old. It was still in a plastic bag, but it was cool. It's in my office now at work because I thought, oh, this might come in handy eventually. Did it run out of batteries? Desperate, I tried shaking it back and forth. Uh-oh. It's not turning on. Hi, welcome to the current time. Welcome to present time. The flashlight ain't working. Come on, hurry. But even so, it's not working. The flashlight wouldn't turn on. Those creepy footsteps were coming closer and closer in the darkness. Are you sure it's not Mickey Mouse? Emergency flashlight. See, I keep multiple flashlights in places that I have accessible to. Like, I have one in my room that I keep by with all of. I shelf with a bunch of my stuff. I have that, and I have like a concert like glow stick, the concert light that changes colors. I have available. I have at least one in my car. We have one in the toolkit we keep in the living room. I have a flashlight in my office at work. Like, I feel like you need to have multiple flashlights. Hey, it's coming. It's on. What in the world was walking towards us? I shined the light to the west end, but I couldn't see anything there. Nami, do you think what we saw was really a mummy, huh? What makes you say that? A mummy, a missing suit of armor, strange noises, and a weird presence. It's all kind of hard to believe. I really need to get, like, the title card of What's New Scooby-Doo. Or, what was it? Whatever the second season of Scooby-Doo was when they had, like, all the guests. And it's, like, they had, like, the title card and it would be, like, the flashlight illuminating the guests. I need to edit that for this. I said exactly what I was thinking. Could this all be a part of some elaborate prank? Maybe the owner of this place gets a kick out of screwing around with anyone unlucky enough to wander in here lost. Yeah. It's a little too bizarre to be true, huh? I'm gonna look for that mummy again. What? I didn't get a good look at it last time. I need to see whether or not it's real. Yeah, you're right. And at that moment, there was a barely audible sound. Huh? What was that? I tried shining light in the direction the sound had come from. It was a black cat with a bell tied to it. It's squeaky. It's a black cat, meaning it's automatically my kitty cat. Here, kitty kitty. Nami picked up the cat after it walked up to her and started petting it. Well, I'll get going. You can wait here, Nami. No, I'm taking this kitty with us. Oh, the light seemed to be going out. We climbed up the stairs, lit only by the flashlight's dim light. Nami took Will to the cat. I had no intention of petting the cat. I tried to pet the cat, too. We're gonna pet the cat. I love a game you can pet the cat. We're gonna pet the cat. I tried to pet the cat, too, but it didn't like me much and it ran off. Aww. When I opened the door, the lights were on, and both the wheelchair and the mummy were gone. Oh. Nami had spotted the diary, which had fallen on the floor. When I picked up the old leather-bound diary, I noticed how thick and heavy it was. Flipping through to the end, I saw that the last page was dated 6 years ago, and there was blood on it. There were drops of bright red blood on the page from 6 years ago. Only the ink's dry. This blood is fresh. What is the meaning of this? I've always been disgusted by blood, so the sight of it made me feel dizzy. Something must have happened here. Let's leave. It's probably the blood of a mouse that a cat ate or something. Well, what I mean to say is, this is the run, Nami. Let's do that. It's probably the blood of a mouse that the cat ate or something. Hey, what's that sound? Something was approaching the hallway. Could it be that suit of armor that vanished earlier? That's ridiculous. The sound stopped right in front of the door. Oh, the cat. The kitty jumped through the gap in the doorway and went into the hallway. We held our breath as we looked at the door, and we didn't get the sense that anything was about to happen. We took a look through the gap, but we didn't see anything there. It's strange, isn't it? Hey, this is creeping me out. Let's leave this mansion already. Nami sounded afraid when she said it. I replied, yeah, that sounds like a wise decision. Yeah, I'm creeped out too, but I get the feeling we're not going to be able to escape from this. Man, this is the first time I've been in such a weird house. It's really fascinating. Yeah, it's a wise decision. Yeah, that sounds like a wise decision. We looked around and we headed down the stairs. We made it back to the entrance hall. However, are there shutters over the windows? There were 2 windows in the entrance hall, and both of them were sealed from the outside by iron shutters. When did those get there? Nami checked the door. I checked the shutters on the window. No good. It's totally sealed shut there. The door won't open either. So you're saying we're trapped in here? No way. No, it couldn't have been intentional. Whoever owns this house probably came back. What should we do? I was confused, and it was hard to come up with any ideas. There's no point getting ourselves all worked up. Let's stay here for now. There's got to be someone here. Let's go find where they are. I know, let's look for a phone. But who is phone? I know, let's go look for a phone. There aren't any phones here. That's why we have to go look for one. What are you getting mad at me for? I'm not getting mad. I can take one look at your face and know you're angry. This is the face I was born with. Oh, God, this is... I can't remember if I picked the phone option last time. I might have picked the phone option last time. Or I picked the one where we knew we weren't getting out. But, yeah. I headed to the back of the entrance hall. The hallway stretched to the left and the right. Which way should we go? I asked. Let's search on the right, where there are more doors. Let's check left side, it has fewer doors. I think we picked the left last time, so we'll go with the right. Let's search on the right, where there are more doors. We went down the corridor to the right. Hey, there are a lot of doors here. How will we choose? We'll save the doors further down for later. Let's open one of the doors that's closest to us. Which one? Which one would you like, Nami? This way I can smell something strange. This way I can smell something strange. I opened the door. Behind it was a room that was being used as a library. The rows of books were packed tight on the shelves without any gaps between them. There sure are a lot of books here. I wonder if they've read them. I passed my flashlight over the spines. Nearly all of the books were of Western origin. There, a lamp oil can had fallen over in the corner of the room. This would explain the stench. The surrounding carpet was discolored, presumably due to the oil that must have spilled out of the can. Pretty dangerous, huh? Hey, let's just leave. It doesn't look like there's anything in here after all. Nami tugged at my arm. You're right. We left the room. After we walked from the hallway to the entrance hall, Nami spoke up. Hey, is that a phone under the aquarium? It really is. It was a black dial-up phone. Hey, we can call home from here. Nami couldn't hold back a smile. But could we even get anyone to drive all the way out here? Let's try calling home to find out. Sure. I held the phone up to my ear. Alright. Whoa. An iron axe swooped down just in front of my face. suit of armor is here to play. When I looked up, I saw that the suit of armor I thought had vanished was suddenly standing next to the aquarium. I approached the suit of armor with caution and lifted the helmet. It was totally empty. Of course it's empty. Yeah, of course it is. Ah! Nami screamed so loud. What's the matter? It cut the cord. That axe just cut the phone's cord. What? I quickly put the phone up to my ear. I couldn't hear the dial tone. I stupidly tried dialing a number anyway, but the phone was clearly dead. There was no response. It's not gonna work now. There was no point even trying. I hung up the phone and stood back up. Not much we can do about it. We'll just have to find another way. But who was phone? You can't be serious. The sound of a ringing echoed through the spacious hall. Why? This doesn't make any sense. Then I sighed and picked up the phone. I just stared at the phone, dumbfounded. I looked into Nami's eyes. Let's look into her eyes. I looked into Nami's eyes. For a while, the two of us just stared at each other, but in the end, Nami couldn't take it anymore and picked up the phone. Hello? Nami turned pale. Hello? Nami pulled the phone away from her ear and looked at me as though she was asking me to help her. The mummy. The mummy is laughing. What? I took the phone from Nami. I can't hear anything at all. No way. That can't be. Nami took the phone back and pressed it to her ear. See? You can't hear anything, can you? Well, I did hear something earlier. I heard the squeak of the wheelchair, and after that, some laughter. Another sound had come from the second floor. I guess I'll stick with you to the end, that's what I said as I stood up. Nami and I looked at each other. I've had more than enough. We're gonna stick with you to the end. I guess I'll stick with you to the end, that's what I said as I stood up. What's the matter? What are you giving me that weird look for? Why'd you do that? Why'd you put that on? Huh? On your head there. Huh? What? What's on my head? Oh, no. Get it off. I plucked out a hypercillium flower that had been stuck in Nami's hair. How long have you had this in your hair? Did you think it looked stylish or something? Nami shook her head no. I have no idea how it got there either. Weird. Oh, I remember now. What? I remember the meaning of the hypercilliums. What is it? It's nothing special, really. Tell me. Nah, it's no big deal, seriously. Now you've got me curious. I know it'll scare you though, Nami. No way. I won't be scared. You will trust me. If you don't tell me, I'll have to just imagine it, and that's even scarier. Fine, I'll tell you. The meaning of the hypercilliums is revenge. Nami was lost in thought for a second, and then she started smiling again. What? Is that all? That's nothing. It doesn't scare me at all. Why not? I've never done anything that make anyone want revenge against me. Even if it's not you, Nami. If it's me? Nami stopped smiling. Do you remember doing anything that would make someone want revenge against you then, Sachu? I mean, no, not exactly. But you never know what's in someone else's head, do you? Nami went quiet. I guess I shouldn't have said that. Let's go to the second floor, Nami. We should look around for now, I said, and we headed to the second floor. Where did that sound come from? Well, whatever. We haven't checked out the left side yet, so... The hallway going to the left on the second floor had doors on the left and right. Nami, you check what's behind the one on the left? Okay. I opened the door on the right. It was the sort of room you might find anywhere. There was a window on the other side of the room, a small desk in the left corner, and a single bed to the wall on the right. It had a thick layer of dust on it, like it hadn't been used in a long time. This isn't it. I shut the door. Find anything there, Nami? No, nothing really. Just a bed and a desk. Looks like a guest room. I see. So it must have been the same for both sides. There is a room we still haven't yet to check over there. I intentionally said this in the most calm and formal tone I could muster, and I went further down into the hallway. Nami followed me silently. We saw it before, though. Just in case, I took a peek into the room where we met up with the mummy, but as I expected, there wasn't a mummy there. The dial remained exactly where it had been dropped, too. 2 more rooms. I opened the doors across from the mummy's room. Oh, what's the matter? Nami took a peek inside, and when I looked up at her, I saw that she had a relieved expression on her face. It looks like a girl's room, huh? The curtains, the bed, the wallpaper. Everything was color coordinated in white and light pink. All sorts of decoration and vases had been neatly arranged. Okay, so this is new. We didn't see this last time. This is a new room. We did not get up to this point last time. I knew someone was here. I felt a little relieved. Someone lives here for sure. Yeah, should we go in and look around? No, that would be a little... None of the rooms we had seen seemed lived in, which made me feel like some kind of brave explorer, but this room felt different somehow. It suddenly hit me that I was doing something that I knew in my heart wasn't a polite thing to do. We can't go in here when she's not around. I mean, it's a girl's room. Yeah, you're right. But why won't she come out if she's here? Don't tell me she's hiding just to pop out and scare us for a laugh. Right, what's clear is that we haven't met anyone yet, and I still want to give them a piece of my mind, so let's go looking for them for real. I shut the door. I wonder if they aren't in here. I stood in front of the next door, but when I turned the knob, Nami suddenly grabbed my hand. Huh? Not here. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with that scary look on your face? Hey, let's just stop. She looks serious. What's with you all of a sudden? Let's just stop, okay? Please. It's like I know something bad will happen here, especially in this room. Just stop here. It's only just for this room. Why, though? Why is this one room off limits? It just is. That doesn't make any sense. They must be in here, you know? No, I don't think they are. I'm sure they aren't here, okay? Let's just go already. Let's go back downstairs. She pulled me by the hand. What's the big deal? I just want to take a look in this one last room. I shook off Nami's hand and grabbed the doorknob. But it wouldn't open. Huh? Is it locked? See? I told you we should just stop. Oh, I know what's going on. They screwed around with us and now they're hiding in here. Hello? Is anyone there? Hello? There was no response from behind the door. Upon closer inspection, the 4 corners of the door had been nailed shut. So, this door can't be opened? Hey, Sachu. I'm hungry. Huh? That came out of nowhere. I really am, though. I'm starving. Can we look for something to eat? Yeah, let's go to the kitchen. They've got to have something we can eat there, but... You're hungry too, right, Sachu? We haven't eaten since this afternoon. That's true, but hey, let's go down and find something. Whoever owns this house might be down there, too. Sure, I guess. I ended up getting pushed along by Nami. After we went down the stairs, we headed forward on... God, I can't read right now, apparently. After we went downstairs, she headed forward on her own, walked up to a door, and grabbed the knob without hesitation. Let's hurry in, Sachu. Something didn't seem right to me. How did you even know this is the kitchen, Nami? Don't tell me you knew. It's hard to believe you were acting so frightened up till now, Nami. How do you know this is the door to the kitchen? I need some answers, Nami. How did you even know if this is the kitchen, Nami, huh? Now that you mention it, Nami looked at me surprised. I had a feeling. It was like my feet just carried me here. It's weird, isn't it? Either way, let's go inside. It's pitch black in here, but it smells great. This has got to be the dining room. I flipped a switch on the wall. There was a long table in the center of the room, and on it were plates stacked with food. But the thing is, what happened here? Everything was a total mess. The meat dishes, sauces had been splattered everywhere, including over on the napkins on the table, which got spotted brown. The fish had been chewed up from the head to the tail, which had attracted some flies. Knocked over bowls were scattered here, there, and there, causing the soup they once held to drip off the edges of the table. Did that cat do this? Seems like it, huh? The fruit appeared to be untouched, but it was overripe and turning black. It didn't look appetizing at all. What should we do, Nami? Maybe there's something in the fridge. Huh? What's wrong? That look on your face is scaring me. That, just now, I looked around. Did you hear that? Hear what? It sounded like a woman shrieking. I didn't hear anything. You didn't just imagine it, did you? No, I'm sure I heard it for real. It came from over there. I approached the window. It was too dark to see outside, but I had a bad feeling about what it might be. Wait, I'll go over and take a quick look. I stepped away from the window and headed for the exit. Hold on. What are you doing? Something might have happened, and I'm curious to find out. Wait for me. I'm going to. We left the dining room. Hey, hand me your lighter for a second. What are you doing? Nami was holding a candlestick. It was from the dining room table. I felt a little uneasy about not having a light of my own. Thanks. Here, you can have your lighter back. Nami held the now lit candlestick, and I gripped my flashlight as we walked slowly down the hall. Hey, did you really hear someone? I could see doubt in Nami's eyes as she looked at me. Yeah. It sounded like he... So it sounded like Jack Frost from the Shin Megami Tensei series. Are you sure it wasn't a he-ho? It was a long and more creepy. Nami feared her brow. But why would they be shrieking like that? Could it have been a burglar? A burglar? It's certainly possible. It would explain why the lights are on, even when the owner isn't home. The hallway veered to the left and continued to the back of the mansion, but the hallway there was tight, and the ceiling was getting lower, too. And what's more, it felt strangely gloomy there. It was like we had veered off the main road into some back alley. My flashlight lit up a small iron door just ahead. It came from behind that door. There's something creepy about this door, don't you think? Almost like they're conducting some sort of secret experiments in there. It was just like Nami said. The door had been painted clumsily, and almost all of that paint had fallen off, leaving the metal door entirely with rust. No, I just got the landlord special. Got the landlord special paint job. I wonder if it's open. I put my hand on the doorknob. There, that voice. You heard it this time, didn't you? It's the same voice as before. Nami stared wide-eyed at me and shook her head in denial. We're going in. I hurled the door open. I got struck in the face with a blast of wind and water. It was the back door, huh? I can't see anything out there. When I shined my flashlight outside, something to the right reflected the light. It's a greenhouse. Was that shrieking coming from in there? Oh. I could hear Nami shout behind me. What happened? The flame went out. Nami held the candlestick in her hand, looking at me reproachfully. Well, of course it would. And we're going out in the rain, so what should we do with it? We can't use it out there, so let's just leave it here. I set the candlestick at my feet and tugged at Nami's hand. All right, let's go. Hand in hand, we trudged through the mud. Our clothes, which had just started to dry, were soaking wet almost instantly, and our shoes became heavy from all the mud. Do you think someone's in there? Nami asked me quietly. I doubt it. What? So we came up here for no reason? I mean, not anyone who's alive anyway. No way. The expression on Nami's face changed instantly. If anybody was in there, they would have seen us shining a flashlight at them. There wasn't any response, so what would that mean? Would they already have to be... Why do you always have to scare me saying stuff like that? Nami looked like she was about to cry. We looked through the glass and saw that it was totally dark in there. Shined the flashlight inside. Oh. Nami and I both shouted at the same time. There they are again. There were hypercillium flowers inside. The small yellow flowers were mixed in with all of the other ornamental plants. A greenhouse of revenge. Nami said in a whisper, Don't say it like that. It's creeping me out. What? Look who's talking. We cautiously shined the light in as we walked around the greenhouse, but we made it to the other side without encountering anything out of the ordinary. No one was in here after all, were they? I considered looking back to the mansion. Should we go inside the greenhouse too? I turned and faced the entrance. I feel like... there was nothing in the greenhouse last time. No one was in there. Were they? I considered going back to the mansion. It's true, yeah. That was pretty anticlimactic. And at that moment... Huh? What? When I shined the light at the greenhouse door, I saw it swaying in the wind. Looked over at Nami's face. Her mouth was agape, and she looked at me out of the corner of her eyes. Alright. I'll race you to the door then. I broke into a run. What gives? This shrieking was just the sound of the door. Nami shouted as if to scold me. This is a race, you know. You better get moving. I paid her no mind and kept running. Wait up. Ugh. When I looked back, I saw that she had fallen right on her butt into the mud. You made me fall, you jerk. I started laughing just as I reached the door. Wait, it's too dark. I can't see anything. At the entrance, I turned around and shined the light over to Nami so she could see. The corner of the light hit the door, and the second I saw it, my smile froze up. Ugh, you made it here first? Nami came over looking at me and said, You've got that scary expression on your face again, but you're not fooling me this time. I gestured my hand towards the glass door. You can be so dumb, you know, she said, and then she looked over. Eek. There it was, written on the glass door in big red letters. Nami. The light that reflected off the glass illuminated us as we stood there looking at it in the rain. I need to turn a light on because the sun is setting here. 1 second. Let's turn the light on. Turn the light on because the sun is starting to set here and I can't see. It's got to be a coincidence, I said. But I knew deep down inside that a voice had drawn me here. Even if it was actually a coincidence, why would her name be written here? Nami looked pale as she stood there in the rain, dumbfounded. She said nothing, her eyes transfixed upon the glass as it swayed back and forth. The door creaked again as the wind blew it. Let's go back, I said, making it a point to sound cheerful, but Nami didn't respond at all. Let's go. I tugged at Nami's hand firmly. She didn't budge. Why? How? You're just overthinking it. Am I? It has to be a coincidence. It has to. This is the first time we've ever been here for one. So, someone who was here had the same name as you. So what? And yeah, sure. It's weird for someone to write their name in a place like this, but if we asked whoever lives here, they'd probably have some funny story about it. I'm sure they would. I talked loudly without pausing, trying to shout away the fear I felt inside. Yeah. No, I don't think it's a playful thing. I think it's first off, if you find your name written in red ink or blood on an item, you should run. This isn't like a ha-ha thing. This is you need to run. You need to get the fuck out of there. That's like malicious intent. So like, you need to get out of that. It's not a coincidence. Someone's after you. Someone's clearly after you. You should get out. Nami said quietly as she nodded. We'll catch a cold if we stay out in the rain like this. Let's head back. I pulled Nami away and kept walking. Even after we returned to the mansion, Nami looked gloomy. I felt sorry for her. Why did she have to see that? It was all my fault. How could I make her feel better? Oh, that's it. Hey, I said to her cheerfully. What? Feel like using their shower? What? Nami looked at me, stunned. You're covered in mud after all. But it's fine. It's fine. I think they might have one over that way. I went on ahead. Turning right down the hallway, reached a frosted glass door. This is it. I grabbed the handle. It was totally dark inside. I shined my flashlight in, and just as I thought, it was a bathroom. There was a white sink and a large mirror on the left. On the other side was a Western-style toilet next to a sliding glass door. The shower was probably on the other side of that door. All right, let's start by washing our hands, huh? I went over to the sink. You can wash your hands first, Nami. I let Nami go before me. I think this is the shower here. I opened the door. We washed our hands first last time, so let's try the shower first. I think this is the shower here. I opened the door. I got hit with a blast of air. It felt cold. Wow, it's so spacious. Startled, I turned back and looked over at Nami. In the mirror had been painted red with blood. Nami, that's... Huh? Nami's face looked red, reflected in the bloody mirror. Blinked my eyes and took another look. The mirror looked perfectly normal. Okay, that's new. That wasn't there the last time. How's the shower? Does it seem usable? Yeah. I hurried out, flustered. It's got hot water, too. You should be okay. Anyway, I just want to get washed up and get out of the mansion. Naturally, I planned to let Nami go in before me. Anyway, I just want to get washed up and get out of this mansion. I said nothing and took off my shirt. What are you doing, huh? I'm gonna take a bath. Isn't it obvious? But I'm going to take a bath, and your point is, if I'm going to take a bath, then why are you taking off your shirt, Sachu? Oh, I was thinking I might help you wash your back. You've gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Nami asked me to come back with her change of clothes from the entrance hall. I brought them back to the shower. Thanks. I'll be right out of there after I get clean, okay? I'll be waiting out here, dirty as ever. Without any other choice, I passed through the sliding door and left. Nami started taking a bath. Oh, she's naked right now. Stop it, you stop with the perv. What is with the damn perv this playthrough? I don't like it. I really don't. It's kind of gross. Nami screamed, Sachu, Nami. I jumped right in. There was a lot of steam in there, and Nami, she was covering her private parts with a towel. The water got so hot all of a sudden it almost burned me. You brought a towel into the shower? That's beside the point. She sounded really mad. Fine. I'll take a look. I walked deeper into the steam with my shoes still on. I tried turning the water off, but the hot water wouldn't stop coming out, and it seemed like it was getting hotter. If it seemed dangerous, just leave it alone. I'll go look for the boiler room. If the problem's not there, I wouldn't know how to fix it. Sachu, what are you looking at? I knew just where to find the boiler room. I opened the door behind the stairs in the entrance and headed down to the basement. And at the end of it was the boiler room. The air was very thick and heavy, and I began to sweat. I was stunned when I saw the temperature meter. The knob was set to 100 degrees Celsius. Turned it back to 42. The pressure gauge was steadily rising and the safety valve was broken. But it was an accident, or did someone break it deliberately? I suddenly started to get worried about Nami. Wait for me, Nami. Nami's okay, I kept telling myself. That as I ran, I kept egging myself on to keep running, even though I felt I was going to collapse. This did B. I felt like I did the A last time. I kept egging myself on to keep running, even though I felt like I was about to collapse. Nami wasn't there. Nami. I started to panic. Nami. What's wrong? What are you shouting for? I was relieved to see Nami there. I was drying my hair. Sorry about that. We have to get out of here right now. A walking suit of armor, a vanishing mummy, a dangerous boiler tank. If we stay here any longer, we're gonna get killed. Yeah, I think you're right. Still, I was eager to wash this disgusting stuff off me. I'd like to take a bath if I could, but I couldn't go in there and leave Nami alone. It'd be too dangerous. It's scary alone. I'd be better to make it quick. We shouldn't leave Nami alone. But I couldn't go in there and leave Nami alone. It'd be too dangerous. I'll be fine. Get in there and get washed up quickly. This time, I was able to control the shower's hot water without any problems. I cleaned myself off as quick as possible. The shower didn't get me clean, though. It washed away some of my weariness and fear, too, and it got me thinking, where could the owner of this house have gone? What kind of person were they? There was one other thing I was curious about. Every so often, Nami's been acting different. Lately, I have no idea what she's thinking. Well, maybe it's just me. That's when I noticed something. A strange smell. It was coming from the bathtub, so I looked in. Ugh. There wasn't any water in the tub, just bones and clumps of... Ew! Ew! No! No! No. Fuck this. No. There wasn't any water in the tub, just bones and clumps of flesh. It was like they'd all been chewed by some kind of beast. There wasn't anything like that in the tub when I was there earlier, though. I reached over to the sliding door, opening it, figuring I could just leave. I tried to be rational. What should I do next? Oh, God. I don't like this. Oh, God. Irrational. I try to be rational. What should I do next? Whoa. There was a snake at the bottom of the sliding door. Why is there a snake? Snake! I can't. I can't right now. Oh god. Oh god. I can't. I cannot right now. This is like... I gotta be strong. I gotta be strong. Gotta be strong. Okay. It's a pit viper. Okay, I don't think there were pit vipers in Japan, but another pit viper came out of the vent, and another. They slithered towards me. There was no way for me to escape. I don't think pit vipers are native to Japan. I don't know. I have to look this up later if they are or not, because this is gonna bug me. This is bugging me now. I'm Googling this. We're Googling it. Are pit vipers in Japan? I like how it was the first Google... Okay. They're called mambushi, so they're the Japanese moccasin, the Japanese pit viper. They are venomous. Okay, so there is a pit viper native to Japan. Interesting. Google, thank you. I also find it funny that this was the first Google result, but it's fine. Nami. Hey, Nami. I shouted out to her as loud as I could, but she didn't respond, so I moved slowly and quickly over to the sliding door. The crooked heads of the pit vipers turned and followed right after me. I could feel the sweat running down my armpits. I softly reached for the doorknob, and at that moment a pit viper jumped. It coiled itself over the handle. At that moment, blue sparks flew through the air, and the pit viper's skin got instantly roasted. I'm sorry, what? How blue sparks through the air, and the viper is now roasted? That doesn't... What electricity is flying here that would cause that? That is... The sliding door was connected to an electrical current. Okay, how is it connected? There wasn't outlets. There wasn't any goddamn outlets in the room. How is it connected to an electrical current? I was naked, wet, and surrounded by pit vipers. That sentence of... I was naked, wet, and surrounded by pit vipers. There was nowhere I could go. I started banging on the wall. Uh-oh. I think I caused an earthquake. I know this is supposed to be serious right now, but I can't. I can't right now. The idea of 2 poisonous snakes in the bathroom. Okay, recompose myself. The house rumbled and cracks started to run through the tiles, ceiling, and walls. Then the glass sliding door shattered. Holes had appeared all over the wall. Okay, this is really stupid. Okay. Recompose. This is a serious story. This is a serious story that we need to be serious about. The water sank, draining out all at once. I passed through the hole in the wall to make it out into the bathroom. Then the earthquake stopped right on cue. It was odd. It was like everything up until this point had never happened. I put on my change of clothes in a hurry and rushed out of the bathroom. Nami wasn't there. I had no idea what she could be up to. No, that wasn't true. I had an idea. She could have been taken by somebody. Nami! I screamed. I'm here. Answer me. If you can't say anything, at least just make a noise. I'll come right over. Maybe she has no choice but to keep quiet now. What should I do? I feel like C is the logical choice. I'm sorry. Oh, God. I'm not over the whole, oh, we're naked and afraid in the bathroom and there's a snake. I feel like that is so unrealistic. Like, it's, like, first the rattlesnake, then the pit viper. I'm like, is this just a pit of snakes? Because this is little, little, little into fantasy territory. Maybe she has no choice but to keep quiet right now. What should I do? I saw the figure of someone in the hallway. It was a woman. She was wearing a white dress that was fluttering in the wind. It was Nami. When did she put on that dress? Nami. I ran after her, but then she started to float. She continued to stare straight at me as she floated up until she seemed to get swallowed by the ceiling and vanished. I just realized she's not me, and this playthrough has been pervy. Therefore, we are so. Yeah, we're trying to find the One Piece. We're trying to find the One Piece. I just stood there in a daze. Was I imagining that, or was it a ghost that just happened to look exactly like Nami? A pair of eyes flashed at me in the darkness, and I could hear laughter echoing around me. That was scary. Not gonna lie. That was a good jump scare. I'm a little freaked out. Also pretty good for the SNES. Like, I would not think about that. After that, only the wind was blowing. Nami. What in the world was going on with Nami? I'm not sure why, but I was afraid to start looking for Nami. I have to find her no matter what, I thought to myself. I thought I'd just wait right here where I was for Nami to return. We're gonna go find her. I have to find her no matter what, I thought to myself, or relied on my intuition. Where was Nami? This was the room. I was sure of it. Nami was sitting in the corner of the room, holding her knees. Nami? Sachu. Nami was crying. What happened, Nami? I told you not to go anywhere. Don't run off like that, Sachu. How did I get here? Why are you asking me? You don't know? Nami gulped like a child. I was drying my hair when suddenly I felt a man's arms around me. I don't know what happened after that. Nami looked cold. She was shivering. Don't worry, I'm here with you. I put my arms around Nami's shoulder. Then someone else is here just as I thought. I felt a chill run down my spine. Don't worry, I'm here with you. I put my arm around Nami's shoulder. Look at this room, Sachu. I looked around the room. There were all sorts of toys. They all seemed to be toys for girls from about 15 years ago. Haunted doll watch. Oh, so this was a kid's room. It all brings back memories, Nami said. Yeah, it does for me too. The girls in my neighborhood all had toys like these. No, I didn't mean it that way, huh? It's not just the toys that bring back memories. It's this room too. What a weird thing for Nami to say. Hey, I wonder why everything's in sets of two. There were two of everything. Two babies, each with a milk bottle, two playing house sets, two chairs, and so on. They must have had two girls. Nami picked up a monkey toy. Ah! Nami screamed in terror. The monkey toy bore its teeth and angrily struck at its cymbals. Oh god, that's creepy. I just think of the click, 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 you know, with the cymbals. It's not. I don't know. Just throw it away if you don't like it. Take it from me. I can't get it out of my hands. I plucked the annoying little monkey out of Nami's hands and smacked it. Let's get out of this lousy mansion. I'm just thinking, because I also had a monkey toy growing up, but it was like a puppet, and like the hands squeaked. It had a squeaker in it. So like the two hands like had magnets in it, so you could like clap them together and stuff, and then there was a squeaker in the mouse, in like the mouth portion. So it's like you could squeak it and then move the arms. But I never had like a cymbal clapping monkey. I just had like the hand puppet, which I had for a very long time. It was a very weird stuffed animal like, hand puppet thing. I don't know why my parents had it for us, but I, maybe it's just every kid has a monkey. So, as I led Nami out of the mansion, I felt like we were being watched. I became curious about what sort of sisters had lived here. Yeah, I mean, we've had this whole thing about being watched. Let's say it's being watched. I felt like we were being watched. Let's hurry, Nami. Nami suddenly stopped in her tracks. There were old lines comparing heights carved into a thick pillar that struck out of the stucco wall. Judging by height, they must have been 3 or 4 years old. Names were etched next to the lines. Nami and Naomi. That's my name. Hey, cut it out, Nami. You make it sound so weird. I compared my height here with another girl. Hey, I chided her, feeling frustrated. There are plenty of people named Nami. God, that's just a tongue twister. Don't get any funny ideas just because this girl has the same name as you. Right. You're right. Nami's expression returned to normal. This Nami is probably older by now, right? Oh. Oh? A crack ran up the pillar right before my eyes. It was still moving up. When it reached about where my eyes were, it formed a new height line. That new height line was Nami's height right now. How could it be? I wondered who Naomi was. I thought about why Nami's name would be there. I thought, who cares about this? Let's hurry up and get out of here. B seems like. I thought about why Nami's name would be there. That sound. Nami clung onto my arm. It's coming from that painting. It sounded like it was coming from the large oil painting that was hung in the hallway. The sound coming out of the painting after we came up to it. Or the sound stopped coming out of the painting as soon as we came up to it. It's kind of a creepy painting. It seemed like an occultish painting of some sort. It had a dark, devilish touch to it. There were 2 girls fighting over a sword and an older woman there who seemed like their mother. The painting is different from the last time. Because the painting was just the flowers and stuff with the 2 girls. Interesting. Judging by the way they were dressed, they were from medieval Europe. At the borders of the painting were hyperciliums twisted into strange shapes. Hyperciliums. These girls have the exact same face. Maybe they're twins. I was just saying whatever popped into my head, but it seemed like Nami's blood froze. Twins. Huh? I was a twin. Don't say that, Nami. That's just dumb. I laughed. You're an only child, Nami. What are you talking about being a twin for? Oh, yeah, you're right. Nami was really confused. But when I see this painting with these twins, I don't know anymore at that moment. Nami, get away from that painting. I pulled her away from it. I feel like this thing's got a hex upon it. I stared at the painting like it was about to swallow me up. Let's do B. I feel like this thing's got a hex upon it. I stared at the painting like it was about to swallow me up. Suddenly, I could hear a piano. Nami's head jerked up. That piano. Nami broke into a run like she had just snapped. I chased after her. Nami and I entered the piano hall. The piano was being played by a woman who was wearing a white dress. That woman was Nami. Nami? I did a double take, and the woman who looked just like Nami had disappeared. The piano was still playing, as if it was a player piano. I was a twin. Nami said it loud and clear. My sister and I lived here together with our mom. Wind blew through the room. It sounded unreal to me, but Nami didn't react to it at all. There was a man. My mom was very nice to him. I liked him. Was he a relative of yours? Okay, this is new because we didn't bring this up the last time. He seemed like a dad to me, or maybe a little brother. He might have even just been one of my mom's guests. Get it together, Nami. Yeah, because they didn't bring up any information about the brother last time. So this is new information. New information. Neat. Very interesting. Interesting. Okay. You're an only child. Your house is in Tokyo. You've got 2 amazing parents there now, don't you? I'm not so sure. Nami put her hands up to her head. I feel like my head's gonna split apart. I remember. Nami didn't look like her usual self. I was born and raised here. Nami, calm down. I know you've been through a lot today. Your nerves have got to be shot. But if you take a second and think about it with a clear head, you'll realize that none of what you're saying makes sense. But, Nami shouted as she cried. My real mom was here. I had a twin sister named Naomi, too. The two of us compared our heights here. I remember it. Don't give me that nonsense. Your mom's waiting at home for you now, you know? We just needed to get out of the mansion. Naomi, you're an only child. I tried to calm her down. I think the first one makes more sense. Don't give me that nonsense. Your mom's waiting at home for you now, you know? We just need to get out of this mansion. Nami, let's get you out of here through the window. No. Nami stood up. This is my house after all. Nami, you need to chill out. You're up here, I need you down here. What about your mom and dad in Tokyo right now? Your mom told me she named you after your birthday. Nagetsu. Oh, Nagetsu. Oh, okay. July 3rd. She's the one who named you, Nami. What do you have to say about that? She just made that story up, Nami cried. She took me in after I left this place. Yeah, the memories are coming back to me now. More of them. And they're clear more than ever. More than before. I'm telling you, those are all just a bunch of... I know how dangerous it is for you to stay here any longer. You have to get out of here alone, Sachu. Nami, go. There's something in my past that I'm starting to remember, and I don't want to have to tell you what it is. So what about your past? I shouted. If it's your past, it's my past. And then I wanted to wrap all of the pain that Nami was feeling. I thought about what I could say that might convince Nami. Let's do A, because I feel like this. I wanted to wrap up all the pain that Nami was feeling. Nami trembled in my arms. I'm scared, Sachu. I'm scared. She clung to me like a baby. I have a feeling I stabbed my mom. That's stupid. The only thing I could do at a time like this was scold her. I did it, though. With a sword, Nami shouted. But that's different than what was last time, because last time she said the fire. Last time there was a fire. But this is... No, the painting changed, too. Interesting. Because if... I guess this is to distinguish the root, because the painting's different, and now she's saying she killed her in a different way. So, it's making me... Yeah, we're already diverged. I stabbed her, my own mom. We did it together, me and Naomi. I just looked at Nami, not saying anything. And when did this happen, Nami? You're saying that you have a sister now, and that you lived here with her? Can you tell me when that was? Because you've been living in that same house in Tokyo since elementary school. None of it makes sense. Nami was becoming hysterical. Calm down, Nami. You're up here, I need you down here. You need to calm down. Okay, let's say you were adopted. Even if that's the case, it means you haven't lived here since you were in elementary school. The oldest you could have been here when you lived here was 6 or 7 tops. Are you seriously going to tell me that a 6-year-old and her sister stabbed their own mom with a sword? Nami ran out of the room. Nami. I chased after Nami as fast as I could, and I thought about how tired I was from all this running around. I thought about how to put a stop to Nami's confusion when I thought about the pain Nami must... I feel like 3, that kind of fits the narrative more. When I thought about the pain Nami must be in, my heart ached for her. Are you there, Nami? I headed into the room. Nami wasn't there, but I did come across something strange. It was a miniature landscape. It was modeled after a mountain with a winding road, and there was a miniature car that had crashed into it. The miniature controlling everything. You've got to be kidding me. I took a closer look at the miniature landscape, and it was in fact a replica of the road we'd been driving on. The car was positioned right where we had trouble with the brakes. Oh no. Oh no, they got I hate oh god, no. It's a terrible thing. I hate this. I hate this. Was this some kind of setup? Did someone lure us to this spot? Just as I mulled over the possibility, I could hear Nami scream, Sachu! Come here. I ran straight to her. Nami. A word. Worried about Nami, I shouted out to her while I ran. My bad premonition. We're gonna shout. I worried about Nami, shouted out to her while I ran. Nami. Nami was just standing there in a daze. Sachu, look, Nami said as she handed me something. It was actually 2 diaries written by a mother. There was a diary with Nami's name and another with Naomi's name. Interesting, because we only had the 1 diary last time. These diaries proved that I was her child. These proved that Naomi and I were her children. I laughed, though I had no reason to. Just because it has your name, Nami, that doesn't mean it's about you, does it? Even if it has this, Nami showed me a page that had her date of birth written on it. Even the blood type is the same. This is me. My mom wrote these diaries about me and Naomi. Nami covered her face with her hands and flew out of the room. Nami, wait. Don't follow me. Nami looked back at me with tears in her eyes. I've let someone die. Even if I hadn't, I'm about to let someone die. That's ridiculous. Oh, I can see their blood on my hands. These are the hands of a killer. I wouldn't let you kill anybody. Sachu, listen to me. Nami. You're the one who needs to listen, Sachu, Nami shouted. I might end up killing you, Nami cried and vanished into the darkness of the hallway. Nami, our relationship is going to be done for at this rate. You got friend-zoned earlier, so don't be talking about a relationship, dude. I reflected on the situation. I had to get those thoughts out of Nami's head. I may not be able to change her mind, but I can still help her. Maybe Nami was the one behind all. Okay. I can still help her, though. I may not be able to change her mind, but I can still help her. I found Nami. It was nighttime, but heat waves were moving through the courtyard, and she was standing in the middle of the scene. Many twin girls were crying in front of a blood-stained sword. Nami. I shouted, don't come any closer, Sachu. These are all the girls who couldn't pass away after they killed their mom. Nami cried and shouted, just like my sister. The ghosts of the twin girls vanished with a gust of wind. Nami, I shouted without thinking. Just like the other girls, Nami vanished. It was like she melted into the darkness. Nami! I trembled just like Nami did when she went crazy, and then I found where she was. Nami stood there like she'd been frozen in place. Sachu, Nami. I tried to walk up to her, but even though she was just standing in place, she began to float up in the air. Nami! I tried to run over, but something white appeared before me. We killed her. It was another Nami. It was Naomi. You're Naomi? Naomi looked up at Nami and said, we killed our mom. What? Nami, we killed our mom. And then Nami responded in a daze. We killed our mom. Stop it, Nami. I yelled at her, shocked. It was true, Nami. We killed our mom. Yeah, this seems like this isn't Scooby-Doo anymore. Hey, stop it. I tried to grab Naomi. Whoa, my hand passed right through her. Nami, you must be punished too. Mom is waiting for you. Naomi vanished and Nami fell unconscious. Nami! I picked Nami up and hugged her. Nami looked at me in a daze. I didn't kill her, did I? I didn't kill my mom, right? Nami had finally lost it. Of course you did it, Nami. Get those stupid thoughts out of your head. Believe in yourself. Nami's eyes darted around as if she was doubtful. I didn't kill her, right? Nami. I grabbed hold of Nami's shoulders. Let's assume it's all true, and you left this mansion when you were little, and you just forgot all about it until today. That means you haven't seen your mom in a decade. When could you have killed your mom? Right. You're right, Nami said, still in a daze. I was sent away from this house, wasn't I? My mom abandoned me. Why wasn't I the only one she abandoned, though? Don't be stupid. Save it for later, but she did throw me out. Everything started shaking and Nami was screaming hysterically like she had gone out of her mind. Why didn't she raise me? The mansion shook. Nami, startled. I looked straight at Nami. Nami was moving away from me. It was like some unseen force was pulling her, but she didn't scream, not even once. If anything, the look on her face was that of a child being comforted by a doting mother. Nami, where are you going? I chased after Nami, but she disappeared into the darkness down the hallway. Nami! There was no sign of her. The mansion had stopped shaking. I spotted a door that had been opened, just a crack. Tried peeking in. I forced the door open. Let's force the door open. I forced the door open. Nami looked over at me. We killed our mom. She was acting so weird. You're not Nami. You're Naomi. We killed our mom. The expression on Naomi's face didn't change. She just kept repeating the same thing. Why are you even telling me this bullshit? Where's Nami? I pressed Naomi to answer me. We killed our mom. Naomi started to cry. As her children, we must be punished, and I have already received my punishment. You mean you're already dead, huh? The same fate must happen to Nami, because if it doesn't, Nami will experience the effects of the curse, and she will be mummified. Okay, I understand. No, I don't understand. This is some weird shit. I thought I'd get all the information I could out of her. Here, why did the two of you kill your mom? Because of the curse. A curse upon this estate. This estate? This mansion's cursed? It was built in medieval Europe, and the curse has existed since those days. Okay, how is it built in medieval Europe if you're in Japan? That don't make sense. You're not House of Fata Morgana in this. This isn't the house in Fata Morgana where the house appears in random places, okay? Like, no. I don't. This is already at a level of disbelief. Naomi spoke in a lifeless voice. At the beginning of the Meiji period, in 1868, the estate was sold to a Japanese man. When it was taken apart, piece by piece, shipped to Japan, and rebuilt here, the curse came with it. For the curse is eternal. Okay, is this the house in Fata Morgana now? Because this is what it's seeming like it. Though I enjoyed that visual novel more. And the curse makes children kill their parents. Naomi disappeared. Wait, Naomi, I shouted. Then a door opened as if it had been opened to guide me. I ran into the hallway. The door before me opened up without making a sound. Nami found Nami inside of that room. Look at how many there are. Nami suddenly pointed out the window. She was pointing to the garden in the back of the house. There was a row of graves, so many graves. The row was lined up with pairs of graves. They're the graves of the twins. That's right, the graves of the twins who killed their mother and were punished for it. I didn't realize exactly when she'd arrived, but Naomi was standing there with us. This is the curse of the estate, the curse of this mansion, and that was brought from the west, the curse that makes twins kill their parents. Her voice was cold. On our 7th birthday, we stabbed our mom with this sword. The sword on the floor rose up, flew through the air, and fell on the palm of Nami's hand. I have already received my punishment. You need to hurry up and be punished too, or the curse will mummify you. Oh, Nami and I shouted at the same time. The sword gleamed. In the light, we could see a scene of 7-year-old twins stabbing their mom with the sword. The sword vanished along with Naomi. Nami was looking totally pale. That was me. We killed her mom. Stop it, Nami. I have to hurry and receive my punishment from my mom. Nami started walking faster. Don't go, Nami. I clung to Nami. Alright, then I'm going to, I declared. Let's go to. I feel like that's alright. I'm going to. I decided to go with Nami. Don't come after me. Nami stopped me, looking pale. Why not? Because I'm going to be punished. That's why I'm going with you. Being punished means I'm going to be killed by my mom. I know that, I said. So I'm going to be punished along with you. Tears came to Nami's eyes. Sachu, don't hurt me like this. Nami ran into a nearby room. Nami. I ran after her immediately. It was a strange room. On the other side of the room, there was a tiled wall depicting Mother Mary with her child. Nami stood in the center of the room. This is the prayer room. I like how I'm doing this on Good Friday. I didn't plan this. I realized this is Good Friday and we're doing some weird Christian shit. Oh, that's a funny coincidence. It's a very Good Friday indeed. I noticed 2 worn out spots on the carpet as someone had often kneeled there. Those spots were left by the people praying. Many generations of people have kneeled there in prayer. I'm sure that my mom was one of them. Nami kneeled on that spot and positioned herself to pray. That very instant, the air in the room changed. I could hear children crying. Their voices seemed to come from the walls. Look at this. There was an old newspaper article stuck on the wall with a pin. The clipping was from 1869, right near the start of the Meiji era. The font used in the article was unique to that era. Mother's twin killings was the title of the article. It was about the unexplained murders that occurred in the mansion that had been deconstructed in the West and carried over and reconstructed. The article stated that there was an ominous legend concerning the estate, even before it was reconstructed here in Japan. Any mother who lives there always gives birth to twins, and she always ends up killing them due to a curse. The mother ends up killing them? That doesn't make sense if the curse is saying that the kids kill them. Oh. It wasn't actually the other way around? Yeah, I remembered it was Good Friday because I'm off today from work for the holiday, and I'm off on Monday for Easter Monday, so I have a 4-day weekend, which is great. So the curse is the other way around. Interesting. I shouted. Naomi was lying. It was actually the mom who was cursed to kill her twins. The air in the room started to shake again. The children began to weep silently. They seemed to be trying to tell me what I was thinking was correct. The diary. We should be able to find out more from it. We need to find her mom's diary. We headed to the mummy's room. Yeah, it's nice having a 4-day weekend. I can actually relax for a bit. I haven't had this much time off since winter break, so it's actually kind of nice. And especially because we roll into all the commencement stuff starting in April. April and May are busiest months for me until summer, but, you know, got my 4 days to recharge before that hits. The mummy wasn't there, but the diary had been left on the table. Oh, the pages flipped open as I approached it. July 3rd. I gave birth to twins. That's where the diary started. July 4th. My children are so cute. Will the curse start up soon, though? July 5th. My right hand moved to kill my children. I need my husband to tie me down. July 6th. My husband suddenly passed away. Perhaps the curse is to blame for this, too. According to the diary, the mother was doing everything in her power to fight back against the curse and raise her daughters alone, despite all the problems she was having. July 3rd. It's their 3rd birthday. They are growing strong, but I'm not sure how long I can hold myself back from succumbing to the curse. July 7th. Oh, my hand moved to kill my children again. Naomi screamed, asking why her mother didn't just leave the mansion. The diary answered her question. Mothers had tried to escape from the mansion with their twin children before. Every one of them died a horrible death. July 10th. I tried to kill them again while the 2 of them were comparing their heights. July 15th. I can't raise them myself any longer. I'll send the 2 of them to an orphanage while I remain here. This way we can beat this curse. Goodbye, Naomi. Nami. My mom was trying to save me. Yeah. Part of the ink had become blotted. The ink must have been blotted by her tears. Nami hugged the diary, but still she had questions. Why did my mom get mummified, though? Because she defied the curse, I guess. And what about my sister? That's right. Why did Naomi die? She should have been sent to an orphanage like Nami was to get around the curse. Suddenly, I could hear Naomi's laughter. Naomi, stop. Don't go to her, Nami. Let me go. I need to go find out for myself. Nami shook me away and ran out of the room. Nami! As I tried to move forward, a sword slashed right down before my eyes. I wasn't sure what to do about the sword. Don't mess with me. I pulled out the sword, heaved it into the wall, and chased after Nami. I might be able to use this. I took the sword and chased after Nami. We should take the sword. I feel like we're gonna need the sword. I might be able to use this. I took the sword and chased after Nami. Wait, Nami. Nami looked with me with terror in her eyes. Sachu, what are you doing? Nami barely dodged as I made a hole in the wall with the sword. Sachu, stop. Run, Nami. I shouted As I went after her, swinging the sword, my own body was trying to kill Nami. Help! Sachu, forgive me. Damn it! At this rate, I was going to cut Nami down. Nami, don't move, I shouted and slashed at Nami with the sword. Run away, Nami, wait, I shouted. So, what I said didn't make any sense. I shouldn't have picked up that sword. Nami, don't move, I shouted and slashed at Nami with the sword. No, my sword crossed Nami's cheeks. Some of Nami's hair scattered to the ground. Sachu, I was trying to kill Nami. Nami, help me. My body was out of control, Sachu. It seemed like Nami finally understood. You can't stop, can you, Sachu? No, it's no good. The more I try to stop, the more furiously my hand swings at you. Nami stopped, looking pale, and said something shockingly daring. Try the opposite then, Sachu. Try to swing the sword at me. Try to kill me. It was a huge gamble, and she was putting her life at stake. Don't be stupid. I couldn't do that. I screamed as I slashed at Nami. Hurry. Nami shouted at me. Okay, I just decided to go along with Nami's plan. I can't do it. I shouted. We're gonna go along with the plan. Okay, I decided to go along with Nami's plan. My sword swung down into Nami. Ah! My eyes were stained red, and I could hear Nami's scream echoing. Nami! I screamed with something sticky red like blood that flung into a world of darkness. I was enveloped by silent darkness, and then it gradually lifted. I was in that mummy's room. A woman was sitting in a wheelchair right in front of me. She was a classy-looking lady and was very beautiful. I could tell at first glance that she was Nami's mom. What was going on here? Nami's mom was knitting something. What's happening? Then I understood what was going on. This was Nami's mom before she became a mummy. But why was I seeing this? Nami's mom didn't even seem to notice that I was there. I'm a wall. Suddenly, I realized that I had been turned into one of the walls in this room. Nami's mom okay, this is weird. This is funky. Nami's mom continued knitting. All I could do as a wall was sit there and watch her. It appeared to be raining outside. I could hear footsteps in the hallway, and then the door opened. The person who came in was Naomi, soaking wet because of the rain. Mom, I wanted to see you again. It was a vision of the past. This was before Naomi died and before her mom got mummified. I was being shown the scene from the wall's perspective. You must leave, Naomi, her mom implored, looking pale. Go back this instant. You cannot be here. Why, Mom? Do you hate me? I walked all the way here in the rain. It took an hour and a half to walk all the way up that mountain path at night. Naomi's voice was racked with tears. Don't do this, Naomi. You mustn't. Your presence here will only summon forth the power of the curse. You're wrong. There is no curse, Mom. I just want to see you. Naomi kneeled before her mother's wheelchair. I heard everything, Mom. I know you sent us to the orphanage to protect us. I know you got yourself into that accident intentionally, crippling yourself to the point of being physically incapable of hurting us. So I want to stay by your side, Mom. I want to be the one to take care of you now. Welcome home, Naomi. With that said, I do not wish to see you. Mom, I love you, Mom. Naomi took her mom's hand and cried. Naomi's mom shook off her hand and moved to the wheelchair to the door and opened it. Get out, Naomi. I never want to see your face again. Mom. Naomi's mom cast her out and shut the door. I understand, Mom, Naomi said on the other side of the door. I'll just stay here today in the room I stayed in when I was a kid. Just let me sleep here for one night. That's all I ask. Her mom didn't respond. She only clenched the armrests of her wheelchair. Her whole body was trembling like she was trying to hold something back. Then suddenly the scene changed. I had turned into the wall in Naomi's room. There was an old bed there, and the grown-up Naomi was sleeping in it. That's when the door opened. Her mom entered, sitting in the wheelchair. She moved the wheelchair forward and looked down at Naomi's sleeping face. She was clutching a sword in her right hand, and she raised it up. Oh no. I was screaming in my heart. It wasn't by her own will that she raised the sword. Even her body tried to bring the sword down. It wasn't her intent. It was the force of the curse upon this mansion that moved her. Oh, I don't want to kill you, the mom spoke, as she could barely squeeze the words out. Naomi, run. But was from being tired by the long walk or the nostalgic feelings of being back in her old bed. Naomi was sleeping like a baby. Naomi! Her mother screamed with the sword raised up in the air. She was fighting. The curse was trying to bring the sword down, but her mom was fighting not to do it. It must have taken every fiber of her being to remain in control. Both of her hands trembled as they held the sword, and sweat poured down her brow. Her face was twisted with pain. It looked like she couldn't even speak anymore. She was biting her lips so hard that they were bleeding. She was giving everything she had to fight against the power of the curse. Finally, Naomi opened her eyes. "Mom?" To Naomi, in that moment, it must have looked like her mom was trying to kill her. "Help!" Naomi shouted as she ran out of the room. "Ah!" I could hear Naomi scream. The scene changed again. This time, I was a wall below the stairs. Naomi had fallen down the stairs, broken her neck, and died. Her mother looked down from upstairs. "Naomi!" she screamed. Then someone got up from Naomi's corpse. It was Naomi, but now she was a ghost. She floated in the air and stood next to her mom. "I'm sorry, Mom. I died without you being able to kill me, but I swear I'll make it up to you," Naomi said. "I'll call my sister Nami here, and when the two of us are together," she reached out, holding the sword from earlier. "I'll have you kill her with this sword." "Oh, I couldn't," her mother screamed. "Naomi, you mustn't do such a thing." Her mom screamed in despair. "I'm not going to kill anyone, even if the curse takes me for it." Tears began to pour from her mother's eyes. "You're going to die then," biting your tongue. Wind blew through the mansion, and the sound of laughter echoed from nowhere in particular. "Ah!" she screamed. In the strong wind, her mom breathed out white smoke as she changed into nothing but skin and bones, and her hair turned white. Nami's mom had been transformed into a mummy, and then the scene went dark. Eek, that's real bad. Also way different from the other story. I remained there, still in the darkness. "Come on, Nami. Let's go." I could hear Naomi's voice. "Mom's waiting for us." "Yes, Naomi," Nami replied. Naomi was going to lead Nami to the mummy. "Don't go, Nami," I tried to say, but I was unable to speak. It was pitch black all around me. "We killed our mom, didn't we?" Nami's voice faded away. "She's wrong. You didn't do it, Nami." I struggled, but it was all for naught. There, in the darkness, I suddenly felt a disgusting presence. It was the spirit of the mansion. Even though I wasn't able to make a sound, I screamed in the only way I could to the spirit. "Damn you. You turned me into a wall, and now you're trying to kill Nami?" "Indeed I am," the spirit responded to me in much the same way, in words without a voice. "The twins that are born here will kill their mother. This is the curse that I have cast. Who in the hell are you?" "I am the original owner of the mansion," the spirit replied. "In the forest of Borgone in the year 1800, I gave birth to the twin princesses here in this mansion. Later on, I was stabbed to death by the two of them with my own sword. They killed me because they lusted over my position of authority. I was dead, and yet I wasn't dead, for I had placed a curse on this mansion and on this sword. A curse that would lead the twins to kill their mothers? That's right. I started with my two daughters. I had them each bear twins, and each pair of twins killed their mothers. You got your revenge then. So why does this curse still exist?" "Because greed and hatred still exist in the human heart. The same greed and hatred that my two daughters felt are what is keeping the curse alive." The presence of the spirit was gone, and the darkness around me gradually became brighter. I was now a wall in the second-floor hallway. Naomi was leading Nami as they walked to the other side. Each of them were holding a bouquet of hyperciliums. The sealed door squeaked open. Nami and Naomi disappeared into that room. Was Nami going to be killed by her mom and the mummy in there? Nami. All I could do was keep shouting her name in a voice that could not be heard, shredding tears of regret that could not fall, and sobbing with breaths I could not breathe. And then the wheelchair appeared. There was no mummy on it, just an empty wheelchair. It charged forward at me, but since I was a wall, there was no way for me to dodge it. Oh! The wheelchair got busted into pieces. Something strange had happened. I was now standing in front of the wall. I wasn't a wall anymore. I was myself again. Somehow, the wheelchair breaking itself against me must have set me free. Oh, interesting. So I guess he was stuck in the wall, and I guess that makes sense. Nami. I ran to the room that had been sealed off. Nami. The sealed room remained shut down tight like it was before. I tried to force it open, but it wouldn't even budge. Open the door, Nami. I remembered what the wheelchair had done, and I slammed my body into the door as hard as I could. Got knocked back, but the door suddenly became transparent. I could see into the room, and I could hear voices too. Nami and Naomi were kneeling there. The mummy was sitting on a large chair right in front of the two of them. They seemed to have already started performing a ceremony. It is time. Let us receive our punishment from our mom, Naomi said. Right. The two of us killed our mom, after all, Nami replied. The curse of the mansion must be what was making them kill her, just like the twin princesses who killed their queen. It's time, Mom. Naomi and Nami joined hands and said to their mom in unison, please punish us. And with that, the sword at her side began to glow. The sword emitted a low-frequency sound and began to float in the air, landing in the hands of their mummified mom. Their mom, the mummy, started to shake as if pressured by the sword. Oh. The mummy began to groan as it stood up, and Naomi and Nami bowed before her. The mummy slowly raised the sword into the air. Stop. Oh no. Nami's mom loved her daughter so much, but she wasn't going to beat that curse in the end, was she? Stop it. Please, stop. The mummy heaved the sword down. No. The mummy's hands were still frozen in the air. One force was trying to bring the sword down all the way, while another was fighting to keep it up. There, inside of the mummy's body, was the battle between the power of the curse and the power of love. I saw it then. Inside the hollow sockets of the mummy's eyes was blood. She was crying tears of blood. Nami, cry out for your mom. I barely managed to get her to hear me. Look at her, Nami. Your mom is trying to save your life. Nami gasped and looked at her mom. Mom. She could see her mom's bloody tears. Mom. The mummy still held the sword in place, trembling. I love you, Mom. Nami screamed with all of her heart, and at that moment the mummy began shining and then burst into pieces. The transparent door was blown open. Nami. I ran over to her. Sachu. Naomi fell to the floor, turned into a shadow, and vanished. We need to run, Nami. I led her out of there. The suit of armor appeared before us. What a twist! Oh my god. Oh god, this is... I don't know if this is harder to believe than the first ending we got, but this is like a different type of tone. Whoa, look out, Sachu. The suit of armor unleashed its sword and came slashing at me, but I had no weapons or powers to use against it. I don't care what happens to me, I wrestled with the suit of armor, hoping to save Nami's life at the end. We're not going to die just yet, still holding onto each other. The two of us rammed into the suit of armor. I feel like ramming into the suit of armor is We're not going to die just yet, still holding onto each other. The two of us rammed into the suit of armor at full speed. The suit of armor wouldn't budge. It flung its large arms around, coming for us, but something was off about it. The suit of armor started spewing some sort of yellow steam from its whole body as it took 2 or 3 more steps in our direction. Then the suit simply collapsed. The steam coming out of it changed to a bluish color. From the scattered pieces of the suit of armor, that green cat stepped out. Its eyes flashed at us, and then it disappeared. That green cat. Was that the physical manifestation of the curse? Oh. Where did that come from? Explosions started happening all over the place. Hurry. By the time we made it down the stairs, the entrance had already erupted in flames. Okay, so this flame effect is really cool. Like, you wouldn't think something like this would be on the SNES. Like, this is a pretty cool effect. Like, we'll go out the back. I grabbed Nami's arm and ran. The flaming pillar fell to the floor, separating us. Are you okay, Nami? The air was thick with black smoke and heat. It was hard to breathe. I couldn't even open up my eyes. This route has been so different. Last route was Scooby-Doo. This was more drama horror. Yeah. I can't take it anymore, Sachu. I reached my hand out to her voice. Don't say that. We're gonna make it through this alive. For your mom's sake. For Naomi's too. Suddenly, at that moment, there was a bright light. It was a golden light shining just beyond the flames and smoke. I couldn't bring myself to open my eyes, but I could still see it somehow. I could believe in it. That way. I aimed for that light, holding onto Nami's hand as we ran. Yeah, like last route there was a brother that wasn't there, and this route, like, it's implied that the guy was, like, someone that was brought in later. The air around us had suddenly changed. It seemed like we made it out to the back. We made it out, Nami. The boiler was about to explode. We had to get a little further away from the house, so we kept running. The wind struck my cheeks, and I was finally able to open my eyes a little, though they still stung from all the smoke. I turned around to see how far we'd run from the mansion. It's falling apart. The house where I was born and raised, my sister's house, my mom's house. The wind was blowing. It was cold and refreshing. It made me think clearly again, and so I breathed the fresh air in deep. Nami, like me, was taking deep breaths of it. Far away from us, with its back to the darkness, was a blackened mountain of debris. My vision had become clear enough to see that the mansion had burned completely to the ground. If you hadn't pulled me along, Sachu, I'm sure that Nami looked at me, and then she softly whispered, "Thank you." No, it wasn't me, I said. The light guided me here. The light? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was your mom's light. Either hers or maybe my sister's, right? Oh, pretty sky effect. We looked up at the night sky. It looked so beautiful. Oh. Nami said in a quiet voice. From the burning rubble, we could see something shining rise up to the heavens. There was one. No, two. Mom. Naomi. Nami whispered, "Thank you," and goodbye. Okay, now I'm wondering, did we get it, like, what, did I get the good end, or is this another end? I'm confused. I feel like the tonal whiplash between the two endings was so different. Like, the first one felt like a Scooby-Doo episode, this one felt like some weird occult shit going on. And, like, I like that the beginning changed enough to where, yeah, you can see that the painting changed and everything, meaning, yes, you're on a different route. Yes, you're finding the new information. Like, it's distinguishing enough to where you realize you're on a different route, which I like, and I think is interesting. But, I don't know, I felt like, yeah, once you know the first time around the build-up, and, like, what choices to do, it's interesting, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a third ending, but there might be. I know that if you pick all the pervy choices, it's a different ending, but I thought I didn't pick the pervy choices, so but it's kind of interesting because we didn't get any of the scenes in the kitchen. The stuff in the bathroom was different. The painting was different. Like, nothing with the aquarium. It was very interesting. I do wish we would have gotten more info about that guy who was the little brother or whatever, or the guest, because I feel like they kind of just omitted him completely from this part of the route. But I mean, it was also kind of implied that he didn't exist in the first route to begin with, so who knows? Who knows? It is interesting, though. Also, like, since we didn't go into the greenhouse, we didn't get any of those scenes, so that was also kind of interesting. Yeah, this really is interesting. Like, I understand how this has impacted modern visual novels and, like, the path divergence and just all that stuff and just the theme and thematic of it. It's very interesting because you can tell, like, yeah, these, all that. I'm glad you caught it too. So, let's see. Did we get the two? Do we get a to be continued or? Oh, this wasn't even like a try again. So there's still a third round I haven't done. I still have a third round I gotta go through. What? Well, input. How do I get back to the start? Interesting. Okay, so I guess there's still a third. There's a third route I have to do still, and I guess is that the one where I pick all the pervy answers? Because I swear, if I have to pick all the pervy answers and that's the correct one, I'm gonna not be happy. So, but, oof, oh gosh, that was interesting. I I don't know when I'm gonna play this again because I feel like this tonal whiplash was a lot, but it was interesting. I think it was fun. Like, definitely this time around they threw in a bunch more stuff that kind of like I'm curious like what the real ending is. So yeah, I so there's a PS1 remake of this that hasn't been translated, but um it I think it's still it's pretty much they just updated the graphics and the sound stuff and it was more modernized. It still didn't have a skip function, but um there's like a guide for that out there and I looked at it and there is an ending like if you just pick pervy choices. Like if you're just pervy to Naomi the entire time, it ends up being something else. And part of me kind of wants to do that on the next playthrough because I'm like wondering if that's the true end or not. Because um, I mean the guide was in Japanese, so I was trying to like read it, and it like I don't have the script, the Japanese script to compare it to the English one, but I'm sure I could figure it out if I read more of it. But yeah, this was definitely interesting and I think it's a bit shorter this time too. This was definitely like probably like a half hour shorter than the last route, so well, I don't know when I'll do the third one, but this was definitely a trip. That was total. That was interesting. I'm sure. Yeah, maybe we'll do the third route. Eventually. I don't know when, but for now, I think I'm gonna call it there for now. Thank you for joining me in this weird Scooby Doo novel. Um, I will probably be editing this and putting it up as like 30-minute chunks like I did with part one. So just keep an eye out. Bye bye.